All right, lawmakers in Washington, D.C. are working on a second COVID-19 relief package after $600 extra of unemployment benefits expired last week.
Senator James Lankford of Oklahoma joining us live this morning from Washington, D.C. We're talking about this possible second stimulus package. Good morning to you, Senator.
Hey, good morning to you. Only I would say it's the fifth actual package on COVID-19. So we've done 4 bills already, and this is one more.
Okay, maybe for Oklahomans, they're just thinking maybe that second check coming to them. So, okay, that's one of the biggest questions our viewers are asking this morning. What's the biggest obstacle to getting this package passed?
Yeah, it has been frustrating. If you go back to about 2 months ago, Democrats in the House put out a $3 trillion package that they wanted to do on COVID-19. A third of it, $1 trillion of it, was completely unrelated to COVID-19. And one of the things they wanted to put in as well is to be able to pay the state budget of every state in America for the entire year. So every state budget across the entire country is just over $900 billion. They want to pay $900 billion to cover every state budget in the entire state. Obviously, that's not rational. That's not something that we should do. And so the frustration has been trying to be able to get this to a rational conversation to say, what can we do to actually deal with vaccines, testing, getting back to school, paycheck protection program, helping small business nonprofits, doing an additional check for individuals that have the highest need, but to focus in on the areas where we have highest need, not to just blanket throw out money from Washington. And that's been our frustration.
A lot of Oklahomans have been frustrated as well. We've been watching week after week in long lines at the Employment Security Commission. So if this is delayed and it switches over to that percentage, I think the Republicans were maybe trying to switch over to instead of a flat fee, a percentage of wage. Is that just going to kind of mangle up the whole process, and here we go, more long lines again?
Yeah, it can't go to just a straight percentage of each person's wage on it. It has to go to an average of that. Otherwise, it would make a bad situation even worse. The unemployment offices in Oklahoma and around the country have struggled to make changes. As you all have reported multiple times, the technology that's there is decades old. That's true in states across the entire country. They're getting caught up on this, but that doesn't help the people that are in the line right now. So what we have right now is the traditional unemployment is still there regardless. So what we've had for unemployment for years and years, that is still there in assistance for individuals. We're talking about an additional amount. The challenge that we have is many people were receiving for unemployment more than they actually made in employment. That obviously discourages people from getting back to work, and it makes it very frustrating for people that are working right now to know that they're working, but the person that typically works next to them is staying at home, not working, and literally making more money than they are by working. So we're trying to be able to break through that cycle to say people do need assistance. People that have comorbidities or that are very high risk, they're going to need some additional help during this time period because they can't engage as much as other people can. But we can't have people making more on unemployment than they made on employment. So we're trying to find what is that number that we can help people get through this, but not trying to be able to pay people more to stay home.
All right, Senator Lankford from Capitol Hill, we appreciate your talking with us here in Oklahoma this morning, and we will continue following the details and what happens next.
Yeah, we'll look forward to catching up on it anytime we can.